Russell Wilson Jr. III gave an April 15th deadline. I don't know what that means.
I don't either. And you have to have some sort of leverage or walk. Like, does that mean you're not showing up April 15th? Okay, well, that's voluntary stuff. That would be a little ripple. What happens when we come for training camp? Are you there training camp? That's the deadline. Or even week one. Like, you need to be able to drop the hammer when you give a deadline. So this thing came out from the Seattle Times saying that Russell Wilson has made a deadline. Then it came out that he actually encouraged this to be done weeks earlier, and the Seahawks were aware of it. The real red herring in this thing, the thing that really threw me off, was when Jimmy Fallon has him on the Tonight Show, and the third question out of his mouth is about New York City, and how about you being the quarterback of the Giants? Jimmy Fallon is not Adam Schefter.
No, that's scripted.
That is from, and they go in that green room, and they know every question that is being asked, and that is planted by someone other than Jimmy Fallon's producers.
Absolutely.
So for Jimmy Fallon to serve him up a question about New York, and, well, you and your wife would love it here in New York, that doesn't come from the Seahawks, and it certainly doesn't come from Jimmy Fallon, NFL insider.
But Peter, the timing of the appearance, too, you add that into the mix, and it felt like, because what happens is they pre-interview you.
Oh.
All of these shows pre-interview you. Is there anything that you would like to talk? Whenever I'd be on Letterman or some of these other shows, it'd be like, anything else that you want to talk about? And I'm going to guess that Russ probably said, have Jimmy ask, because Jimmy's, he's not going to be confused with Mike Wallace.
Exactly right.
Like, he's not going to pin you down.
We might play, a game of pin tail a donkey, but this isn't going to be, let's talk about the tobacco situation here.
But I got the feeling that was can you ask me this question? And this is what my answer is going to be.
Which is a fascinating power play. I'm going on NBC. I'm going on The Tonight Show.
I loved it.
And we're going to ask me about being a Giant, which is, again, like I said, not Jay Glazer, not Adam Schefter. Jimmy Fallon is asking him about his NFL future, and that got everyone going. And then you see this deadline thing. Yeah, when there's smoke, there's fire. Russell Wilson might not be thrilled with the Seahawks right now. Okay,
but they still have to decide if they want to pay him. If they pay him, then he's going to be there.
Yeah.
So, they can, but, they don't have a gun to their head right now.
No, there's some months, but at some point, you have to pay Russell Wilson.
Would you make him the highest paid quarterback? See, I would pay him. Aaron Rodgers got paid. Russell Wilson's every bit Aaron Rodgers in performance. Like, very similar. They both got a Super Bowl. He went to another one. Similar in playoff victories as well. And he's, 5 years younger than Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is still great. Russell Wilson deserves to be in that category. If there's a game on the line in the final 2 minutes, I want Russell Wilson as my quarterback.
I agree. He's 5 years younger than Rodgers and has already got the Super Bowl ring. And last year, I thought was even more impressive for Russell Wilson than the Super Bowl seasons where they had the Legion of Boom defense. This one was basically like, all right, rebuilding year. I'm going to take you to the playoffs. Like, we're going to still do it.
With an offensive coordinator who wants to run the damn football.
The Schottenheimer offense, which is not, they also led the league in rushing. So the question is this, though. Of all the teams in recent years that gave these quarterbacks these monster years, and let's take Brady out of the conversation because eventually I think Brady might actually get that major deal on his last deal, whatever that is. That's coming up soon. But Rodgers, the Packers lose. They don't make the playoffs. They have very little talent outside of him. You look at guys like Stafford and Ryan. Once they get those major deals, it's really hard. And if the Seahawks know anything, it's they built that team around the fact they had a third-round quarterback, a fifth-round corner in Sherman. Cam Chancellor wasn't a first-round pick. So it would be against their better judgment, and yet you have to take care of the quarterback. I think you have to pay Russell Wilson. Do you pay him $1 more than Aaron Rodgers? It's tough to stomach that, but I think they know in their heart of hearts Russell Wilson has been a good trooper and has better football to come. And in this league, you need the quarterback.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune into Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV. Stream for free on BR Live or download the Dan Patrick Show app.